So now what we need to do is that we need to work on CSS of the footer area. Therefore, I'm going to open up the style.css, and then here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to here create the footer. I'm going to here say footer, and for the footer, let's give this footer a background color. I'm going to say background color, and the background color that I'm going to be using is a black color, this color. Let me save and let me show you how it's going to look like. So as you can see, this is the color. Now we need to change the text. So for the text, I'm going to say here footer and then h5, and for each h5 we have, I'm going to change the color. So the color is going to be white. So I'm going to say here D8, 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 which is a it's not really a white color, it's close to the white color. And I'm going to also give it a font weight of 700, and I'm going to also give it font size. I'm going to change the font size to be 1.2 rem. So this is for the h5. For the li, remember we have these LIs, these LIs, again these LIs. Let me show you where they are. These LIs, not these links. So for these links, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna say here footer, and then li, and then I'm gonna change the padding. I'm gonna say padding bottom 4px. So now if I refresh, you'll find that there will be more space. And then let's also work on the a tag. So for the a tag, I'm going to say footer li a tag, and then I'm going to say font size. I'm going to change the font. I'm going to say font size. So the font size is going to be 0.8 rem, and I'm going to change also the color. So the color, instead of blue, remember here it's blue, and it doesn't look good. So let's change the color to the white color or gray color. I'm going to use the gray color, and also I'm going to remove the line below these links. I'm going to remove these lines. So I'm going to say here text decoration none. Now let me show you how it's going to look like. So as you can see, it looks now much better. Let's also add effects to these buttons. So what I'm going to do to add effects, I'm going to say here footer, and then lia, and then hover. If I hover over one of these buttons or links, I'm going to change the color. So the color is going to be white if I hover over one of these buttons. I'm going to use this color. So now let me show you the effect. So if I hover over one of these, as you can see, the color is going to be whiter, more white. So this is for this for these a tags. But for the a tags inside the copyright, remember inside this copyright we have these a tags, and these a tags are these tags. So we need to work on the design. We need to add some space, and we need to change how they look. So to do this, I'm gonna here say footer, and then copyright, because we have a class called copyright, which is this class, remember, which is this class, this copyright class. And then I'm gonna say a tag. So for the a tag that's inside the copyright, I'm gonna change first the color. So the color is gonna be black, and then I'm gonna change the height and width. So for the height, I'm gonna give it a height of 40px, height 40px, and width is also gonna be 40px. Why? Because I'm gonna display them inside circles. So I'm gonna also change the background color. So the background color is gonna be white, and I'm gonna add them in circles. To display them in circles, first we need to change the display to inline block. Next, we want to use the we want to use the border radius. I'm going to say border radius, and for the border radius I'm going to say 50%, which is going to create a circle around these icons. And I'm going to also change the text align. The text align is going to be center. Text align center. And I'm going to also change the line height. Line height, I'm going to say 38 px. Lastly, I'm going to change the transition. I'm going to add the transition. So for the transition, I'm going to say 0.3 seconds ease. And lastly, I'm going to add a margin. So for the margin, I'm going to say 0 from top and bottom, and 5 from right and left. Let me now save, and let's head on over to the browser to test. You'll see that these will be displayed inside circles. Let me refresh and show you how awesome this is. As you can see, these will be displayed inside circles. Now let me also add a hover effect to these. So I'm going to say here footer, and then copyright, and then a tag, and then hover. So if I hover over one of these, what I want to happen is that I want to change the color. So the color is going to be white. And the background color is going to be orange. So I'm going to say background color, and then I'm going to change the background color to the white color, to the orange color. Let me now save, and let me refresh and show you how awesome this is. So as you can see now, if I hover over these, the color will go from white to orange, which looks amazing. Lastly, I'm going to change the contact information here, the color of the contact information. So remember, the contact information is displayed inside paragraphs. So for these paragraphs that are inside the here we have the footer. So I'm going to say here footer, and then P, and then I'm going to say color. So the color is going to be white. Let me now save, and let me refresh, and the color will be white. As you can see, the color is going to be white.